After multiple months, I finally have my first ever Jazwares Vault figure. In this video, we're going to be reviewing the Bonnie and Shadow Bonnie 2-pack. And surprisingly, this shipped actually very fast since I ordered it about 4 days ago and it already came in yesterday. But yeah, so let's get started. So here's the Jazwares Vault box. This is the outer box, pretty much. Obviously, I have to cover that as my address. And then the other side. Also, here's the top and bottom. Now taking it out of box, it comes in another layer of packaging that just says Endo Series. This box is a lot nicer. The Five Nights at Freddy's sign, Endo Series, another Endo Series, Five Nights at Freddy's again, Five Nights at Freddy's Endo Series, and Five Nights at Freddy's. Now after opening that box, we finally get a look at the actual figure. And overall, I feel like the hate is so forced. Like, I get it how it's just like a random character. Like, this is Neon Bonnie and they name him Shadow Bonnie, which makes no sense either. But apparently it was the decision of Scott. But even then, like, what's the point? Because they already showed that they're making a Shadow Bonnie figure. But even though with all the hate, you have to admit he does look really good with like the chrome. And Bonnie is recolored actually. I'll get the fursuit to compare with. I didn't take the full suit out. I just put out the head. But you can't really tell here, but in person it's a lot more noticeable. This is more of a bluish purple, and this, you could tell, it's definitely more of like a bright blue. But yeah, and besides that, there's literally no differences between the sculpt of this figure and this figure. The only difference is the recolor. But yeah, there's no real difference between, like, for sculpt or anything between these two. The only difference is that this one is obviously more of a bluish purple, and this one's more of a blue. But yeah, looking at the box real quick, we have the Jazwares Vault sticker. And it's actually a sticker. I thought it was a part of the cardboard. There's the Endo Series logo. One set. Five Nights at Freddy's. Snap pieces on the Endo. Here's the photo. Same photo as the original Bonnie figure. Different side box with Freddy. And this is actually a part of Wave 2. Same photos. Just added him. Here's all the toy animatronic Endo Series. Freddy. The top. The side is the same. And the bottom. The barcode, and yeah. Now let's get the figure out of the box. And before taking it out of the box, the pamphlet actually fell out, so here's what it looks like. Those are the only differences, that this one's darker on the actual paper. But yeah, same instructions for both. One more thing before we look at the figure. He actually comes with a unique background. This background is actually really nice. Like, you could use it for a display. The old background, which I'll show right now. The old background is just like, it looks like it's good, but definitely not for display, because like they had like this huge rainbow light, and honestly it just makes no sense. But yeah, so you could definitely use this as like a stage or something. Now looking at the actual figure and the old one, it's pretty much the same as the first wave. Like, there's nothing really different besides, I feel like it's definitely a better paint job. There's much more like rust, especially up there. But besides that, it's pretty much the same. The articulation has always been great with these endos. It's always been really smooth and fluid. But there are definitely some parts that are tighter so that it lasts longer. But besides that, there's really nothing different. Wait, this leg is like... But yeah, back to what I was saying. But pretty much this figure is really good. So even if you just want the figure for the endo, that's completely fine because this figure is actually great. Now let's put on our fursuit Bonnie. Something I just noticed is that the feet go on way easier than the Wave 1 Bonnie actually. Now looking at Bonnie, compared to the old suit, I do definitely think he looks better. Like, he looks great, but the paint on on the face is, like, to be honest, not really that good. Like, the nose, you can see like they didn't even paint like down here and like the very edges on the whole thing. Wow, that looks pretty nice. But also the teeth, like the teeth, there's like, here it looks like they didn't paint enough, but then here it looks like a bleed over. But yeah, and like I was saying about the suit earlier, now with him out of the box, it definitely is a lot more noticeable. Like, it's still definitely way more noticeable in person, but it's still way more noticeable than it was in box. But yeah, and the jaw is actually really tight. I don't know if it should be that tight compared to everything else, but besides, okay. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, the feet go on super easily, but that's kind of a fault because then now it comes off super easily. But the same way it comes off easily, you can just put it back on easily. But besides that, this figure is definitely really great. Obviously, like, it's definitely better than the other suit. Like, in terms of color, it is better than the other suit. But for quality, specifically on mine, it's definitely not better. Like, look at the teeth compared to the old one. Like, the teeth on the old one are almost pristine. It's have, like, little chips on the top. Like, look at that. Wow. And also, the nose is a lot better on the old one. But yeah, so now let's get on to the main suit from this pack, Neon Bonnie. Something that's unique is that you're able to take out the eye. And he has a swap out pair of eyes right here. Right. Just right there. Here's the endo with the new eyes without the suit on. Oh my god, these feet were so much harder to put on than these feet, bro. It reminded me of like Wave 1 Bonnie. First, before looking at this figure, oh my god, dude. He was so hard to put together. Like, for some reason, it was like the complete opposite from the other Bonnie. His head is super easy to put on, but then the body's super hard to put on. Then with the other Bonnie suit, the body's super easy to put on, and the head's super hard to put on. Like, it makes no sense. But besides that, oh my god, he actually looks so good. He's literally like a mirror. And you can see he has like glitter on him. Focus. Yeah. You see like the actually like really black. Wow. But yeah, it's not really that much different, like posability and sculpt wise. It's the same exact thing. Literally same exact everything. It would have been cool if we got like a second endo, like how the Golden Freddy pack did, so that we could display this one and it could be like a fully black endo, sort of similar to once again how the Golden Freddy set did. But besides that, it really is cool. Like, the hate is so forced. Like, I get it, it's just a dumb character. But you have to admit, this figure looks sick. Like, look at how cool, like, wow, this is gonna look great in, like, LED lights. But yeah, then, like, here's a full look around. Nothing really that much. It's, like, really pink all over. Like, whenever the light's on, it gets really pink. And then some shades of green. But yeah, and he looks really good. So I really like this guy. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I really enjoyed this figure. And I hope you have a good rest of your day, evening, or night. And yeah, thank you for supporting all my videos lately. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.